Hey guys, so let's have a look around. We start our episode in some dystopian landscape. So we've been grinding already the last 2 days, and I've been carving out the top 14 layers in the Nether. Because we need a bit of clearance for the World Eater to run. So there will be a flying machine, the TNT duping over the whole area to take out the lower layers. In order to achieve this, we built 4 tunnel bores in total. So first we built a smaller one to make space to build the bigger tunnel bore. This was over here. Built 2 of them to have space for the 14 blocks. So this was a simpler design. I actually made it 1.15 for Doc M. We needed one quick and I just remembered we had this. So it wasn't an optimized one. You could make a faster one or one that gives more TNT, but if you just use this smaller one here. That shoots the TNT forward and can be stopped again, the minecart. Alright. Yeah, so you might remember this from Doc M using it on the Hermitcraft server, I think last season. So we all still have those sea lanterns. Doc wasn't using a mob switch back then. Yeah, speaking about the mob switch, so that one is working fine now. You can see no mobs anywhere. We have 500 wardens as part of the mob cap, or 499 to be precise. That's definitely enough with all the players. So a couple players on, we're spread out. So we already need like 250 those wardens. It was a good decision to go up to 500. It's quite laggy if you try to go there. So this will be a problem if you ever want to switch it off. But it was just a temporary mob switch. There will be a more sophisticated one at some point. Alright, currently there's actually a bee. That's so cute. You also noticed it while tunnel boring. So it must have made its way through a nether portal and then flew up to the top of the nether. Glad it's also survived the tunnel bore. Hopefully it's also gonna survive the World Eater. Yeah, so what's happening right now is we're making the 3 wide trench on the side. So we also had a TNT duper running, but the annoying part about this is often the lava removal at the bottom. So we also need the trenches on the side for the World Eater. So we need another 3 wide one on the other side, and then on those 2 sides we need a bigger one. So what I was currently trying in single player is we don't have a lot of clearance here. It uses a simpler TNT trencher that just drops down the TNT. I'm not sure if there's enough clearance. So let's head over to the single player world and test this real quick. Okay, so let's see. Let's run this in the creative world here. There's really not a lot of space down there. So I'm afraid that a TNT could shoot up another TNT and blows everything up. Like that one. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so this won't work. So I was thinking we could then maybe build another one of those tunnel bores. That would be an option. So that we just make another one, ride it this way, and do the same on the other side. So there would be enough clearance to not blow up the machine. Probably has to be done. Alright, so I'm gonna build that up real quick. In between we can actually watch some time lapses of us building the first tunnel bores and running them over. Recorded it the last 2 days. So back from timelapse, I actually had another idea. Instead of building a huge tunnel bore, I was thinking maybe if we actually push the TNT tubers here forward slow enough, we could prevent the TNTs being shot upwards. So I just replaced the engine here in the back with a slow, I think, like 4-second engine. Let's try it out. This is literally the first try, so I don't know the results yet. Let's see. Okay, TNT tubers are assembled. And there we go. Well, they blow up all at the same time. Would there be any reason why this gets shot upwards? I don't think so. Yeah. Maybe that's the way to go. And we're back in survival. It's about 24 hours later, and the slow flying machine was definitely the way to go to clear the top part of the trench here. So we ran this machine over once, and then we just built a new one that cleared everything down to the lava ocean level. But after that, it got really painful. There was so much lava, and we didn't really have the right machines to clear it nicely. So we bucketed a lot in the 3 wide trenches here on the side, and well, we tried around with placing anvils, which turned out not to be ideal because, well, we ran the duper again and some anvils got shot to the side. So we were trying to use anvils because they are blast resistant, unlike the sand, which would get blown up. But yeah, the downside was that now we have a lot of blast resistant blocks. They got shot to the side here. So this will definitely be a problem once we run the trenches of the World Eater. We probably just have to stop the World Eater every layer after that and remove some anvils because they're basically like obsidian blocks that can't be moved and blown up. So we shouldn't have done that. There are some other machines that we want to use the next time when we make a perimeter like this. Basically like 2 nose, 3 wide quarry. Remember that from the 1.12 giant void perimeter that we used to clear the side trenches. So we could also use something similar, clear the trench down to the lava ocean level and then run those machines through. The 3 wide trench we used in 1.12, it was working for the whole basically height of the nether because we had the bedrock removed above. We couldn't just use the same one again. So currently we still need to clear the second big trench on the other side, another 15 wide one. I think we just ran the dupers over once more, and Methods and Iceberg already started bucketing here a little bit. There's such a huge lava lake, so yeah, what happens next is we're gonna build sweepers. Actually, Methods was already doing this, perfect. To clear 1 layer of lava. Then we have to mine a couple blocks in between and run the sweepers again, just clear the lava until we get to a point where there's no big oceans left, maybe just some lava ravines, and we can just bucket out the rest. We've been pretty much working on this non-stop, so we were busy really all day. I've been streaming for 6 hours and then played later for 2 hours, and in between Holly was pretty much streaming all day, and then night shift, the Australian, took over. Now it's next morning, Method's also joining, so a lot of work. Definitely underestimated how much work a nether perimeter is. Been a while since we made one, especially one without bedrock removal. And the terrain in 1.16 and higher definitely makes it harder. There's so much more lava compared to 1.12, especially with the like ravines being filled with lava. When we can deal with the lava oceans, that's what we had before, but those lava ravines on top, yeah, make it really tricky. But we'll get through this. Maybe a couple hours more. We got the second trench, then we can start building the World Eater. Running the world eater is usually the best part of making a perimeter because you can just watch the machine doing its thing and relax a little bit. So we're using a special world eater here that was able to deal with the ancient debris. So usually it is a block that can't be blown up by the TNT dupers and then the sweepers would get stuck on it. But we were using a special sweeper that pushed down all the ancient debris, as you can see here. So in the timelapse was actually using a special texture pack that highlighted the ancient debris and showed it real quick again. Just gonna take a look at the sweepers. So this was the world eater made by Pixels. It was based on my design for a ancient debris world eater. So there's 2 rows of pistons here at the bottom. They always try to push down the ancient debris, and that's how it looks like right now. You can also try the resource pack. So I have a simple resource pack that highlights all the ancient debris and turns them into blinking blocks. So here you can see the result. That's how much ancient debris we got from this perimeter. So according to the wiki, somebody made a huge test with over 100,000 chunks. You can expect to get about 1.685 ancient debris per chunk. We have over 1,000 chunks in this perimeter, so technically we should get around 1,500 to 2,000 ancient debris. We were actually mining this area before. Some of it has been picked out already, and well, some of the ancient debris from the trenches has been picked, but yeah, there's still plenty left. Alright, we also stopped the world eater already, because you can see there's some holes here between the bedrock where we had netherrack. It's always the problem with the world eater that it blows holes between the bedrock, and we kind of want to either flood, we have water and nether, flood the perimeter, or place a nice layer of blocks above. And if you blow a lot of holes into the bedrock, then it could sometimes happen you miss a spot, and then there's maybe some netherrack here in between the bedrock that survives, and a mob could spawn on it. That's why we actually stopped the world eater already, and we're gonna mine the rest of the blocks by hand this time. So you either blow holes in the bedrock and then fill up the rest, or you do it like this and then mine the remaining blocks. I'm not sure who started this already. Usually you can also use the existing sweepers again and just push those down and clear the liquids, or we build little sweepers for those layers. Not sure how we did it actually before, because well, I went to bed, so just got up this morning and came back to this basically. Alright, what about the ancient debris? I'm also not sure. I guess it would be nice if we basically finish the complete perimeter, it's all smooth surface, and then mine all of it, and then can also give you a number how much we've gotten. One more thing, while the world eater was running, we were also busy actually picking up nether gold ore. So I alone picked up 2 shulker boxes filled with nether gold ore. Reason why we need it is not because we don't have a gold farm right now, it's because we still have this double chest gold to get every stackable block. And if we ever need nether gold ore as a building or a decoration block at some point, then we have some already. And it was quite easy to just pick out the nether gold ore, and the perimeter was cleared layer by layer. Alright, so the block removing part of making the perimeter is finally done. We still need to make it spawn proof, which will be done in the next episode. It's gonna be a special way of doing it, we're just gonna flood the whole perimeter. But you're probably also curious how much ancient debris we got from making the perimeter. So it's in this chest right now, but people have definitely access to it and are free to take it whenever they need it. So we got the numbers. 1460 ancient debris was obtained of the ancient debris that got pushed down by the World Eater in the end. Additionally, there were some in the trenches, of course, and while tunnel boring, we picked up some ancient debris. So I think this 1.685 ancient debris per chunk number seems to be accurate. So I would estimate that we got 1900 ancient debris in total while making the perimeter. But of course, people are free to take it whenever they need. Can make a set of tools and armor, and maybe even make a second set of tools and armor in case they ever need it. Alright, so this is free to be used. Of course, we also have higher goals. At some point, we want to get a double chest of netherite blocks and netherite ingots and scrap and those compass blocks. So we're gonna need a lot more of that stuff. So maybe to put it into perspective, in order to make a beacon base, you need 162 netherite blocks. For making a perimeter, we would have gotten 40 to 50 maybe. So a quarter of the way there. So you would need to remove about 1,000 by 1,000 area in order to get a beacon base. But yeah, well, we need to get a double chest, which is way more than that. So we're gonna really go large scale. We want to reach our goal here of getting a double chest of netherite blocks, which of course will take a while. So we're gonna do all kinds of other stuff first, and then we're gonna come back and also do this giant World Eater project. I'm not entirely sure how large it will be, but well, you have the numbers. We need at least 100 times larger area than the perimeter we made. So this will definitely be one of the biggest projects ever done in the server, but I'm really confident by now that it can be done. Just gonna take a lot of time and a lot of preparation. Alright, so that's it for this episode. Next episode we're gonna spawn proof the perimeter, and then we can move on from this. Thanks guys for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.